सॉरी रेड्डी भाई, क्या आपको बुलाऊं मैं? क्या आपका नाम एक्चुअली नहीं मालूम, थोड़ा बता देंगे क्या?
It's Yelamanthal.
चलो ठीक है, ठीक
You can call
है।
Reddy. No problem.
नो मैं आप दोनों से, अखिल भाई तो थे कल, तो आप दोनों वीडियो देखे क्या कल का?
I have seen it up to some time, up to 1 hour. I guess.
Yeah, I have not managed to watch the last 25, 30 minutes. Remaining, I saw. I think I have to watch it many times actually to get the full appreciation. Some ideas I was able to get. There is seems to be some audio issue in the this thing. So I need to go through it a few more times.
ओके ओके।
So,
अभी ऑडियो सही है ना?
हाँ हाँ,
जी। आप अपने बारे में थोड़ा बताइए, फिर चलिए शुरू शुरू करते हैं। कहाँ से हैं, क्या करते हैं, थोड़ा प्लीज।
मैं बैंगलोर से हूँ.
जी जी।
I'm 42 years old, soon to be 43. I used to be in IT, and now I am working in education, health and fitness education. And so previously, I have not taken too much interest in finance, basically. Um, and basically was doing my father used to do some stock investment, and he would just tell, let's buy this and that. And he was doing a good job, but he also had his own constraints because he was an industrialist. He had his time constraints, and whatever he could do, he was doing. And now I am trying to take an interest to understand a little bit better because, like, I think I feel what I feel is his uh, his judgment was very good. That's what I felt. But I think there is scope to improve. Like, our job is to improve what happened previously. So I'm trying to do that. And previously, we have not taken too much interest in. Now, I mean, we just look at company quality and long-term prospect. And most of the things that, like, the biggest rule that I heard was don't lose the money. And if that was met, it was something to be happy about. But I think we can do a better job. That's the reason I started studying this. And it's not been a long time since I started to study. So there are many things which I don't know. Mostly, I'm a little bit more comfortable with, let's say, data because I'm from a science background and computer programming background. So the technical analysis comes a little bit easier to me, or at least I'm going through that. I feel like I'm understanding something. Results I have to see. Okay, but I'm also like I have been seeing your comments on Reddit, and I think um, like you seem to get right to the bottom, right? Like the essential point. And that is something which I find valuable. And I think that if we can find that essential thing, then the job will be done. And I also feel like maybe, and when I was watching your video yesterday, you said 2, 3 times you said it's not that difficult. You should just do some simple things and don't even look at the chart, etc. And that appeals to me because I feel like it should be basic education, but somehow, even though I'm 40, I'm not educated in this. And I think what you're doing is great because, if we can learn it and pass it on, it's fantastic. That's why I'm here.
दैट द होल पॉइंट, राइट? कि आप अगर सिखा नहीं पाए तो सीख के क्या फायदा? और अगर देखिए कोई भी हम आप यूट्यूब भी वीडियो देखे होंगे कि क्या होगा वो होगा, लोग जनरली बहुत शुगर कोट करके बात करते हैं।
Hmm,
सो वो लोग का फंड है, उनके पास 50 लाख करोड़ है इन्वेस्ट करने के लिए, सो दे कैन नॉट से एवरीथिंग पब्लिकली, राइट?
hmm,
That and that's where my advantage comes. I can say whatever, and no one gives a
hmm,
fuck, right?
hmm.
So yes, that's what I'm doing. Reddy bhai, please tell us something about yourself.
Uh, yes, I am from Andhra Pradesh, and I worked in a state bank for the last 4 years. Mostly I am investing in mutual funds as of now, and few stocks I have bought, and I want to improve on that. That's why I joined this.
You work in SBI as?
Previously worked in SBI.
अच्छा, you have left now.
Yes, yes.
ओके ओके, ठीक है, शुरू करें अखिल भाई।
Yes, tell me.
शुरू करें।
Yeah, let's go.
ओके, कल हमने आपने एग्जांपल देखा ना, मैंने टिप्स और क्या बोलते हैं उसको, अ, मनोरमन का एग्जांपल लिया था विश्वास जी, आपने देखा
हाँ जी,
वो एग्जांपल,
देखा देखा।
हाउ टू इंटरप्रेट, रेड्डी भाई आपने देखा?
No, no.
ओके, छोड़िए वो देख लेंगे आप।
Mm.
और आगे से चलते हैं। अ, तो नेक्स्ट, वो तो ठीक था। एक तो और एक कंपनी में से, जस्ट 1 मिनट में स्क्रीन शेयर कर देता हूँ। आई विल शो यू वन कंपनी एंड गिव मी योर रिएक्शन, राइट? सी, Veranda learning, right? See, all of the number you can see are in negative. Profit growth -60%, EPS माइनस में है, सब माइनस में दिख रहा है, राइट? तो जनरली क्या करते हैं, हम इसको इग्नोर करते हैं कि क्या ही चल रहा होगा। एंड यहीं पे हमारा, हम जो पढ़ते हैं, मैं वो बोल रहा था कॉन्फ्रेंस कॉल पढ़ना है, यहीं पे यही चीज काम आता है कि जितना भी बुरा कंपनी हो, हम 2-4 मिनट दे सकते हैं कि क्या चल रहा है, क्या नहीं चल रहा है। एंड हमको वैसे भी रिजेक्ट करना है, वी आर नॉट हियर टू सिलेक्ट स्टॉक, राइट? वी आर हियर टू रिजेक्ट स्टॉक, सो वी कैन स्पेयर 2 minutes टू रिजेक्ट इट। लेट्स लुक एट द बैलेंस शीट। देखिए, प्रॉफिट देखिए इसका, राइट? 2021 से है, 0%, 4%, -11%, 7%, 1%। क्या आप ऐसे कंपनी खरीदना चाहेंगे? अखिल भाई, हमने ईपीएस का बात किया था, राइट? पर शेयर कितना रुपया कमाई हो रहा है, आप देख सकते हैं। ईपीएस -11, -14, -12, -11। शुड वी इवन टच द कंपनी? अखिल भाई?
No, man, we are losing money.
यस, बट एक टर्म था, राइट? आई टॉक्ड अबाउट टर्न अराउंड, जस्ट लेट ओपन द, गिव मी अ मिनट। कॉन कॉल में एक पहला पॉइंट था जिसको मैंने स्किप किया था, बिजनेस टर्न अराउंड। कि खराब बिजनेस भी एक दिन अच्छा बिजनेस होगा, अच्छा बिजनेस भी एक दिन ऐसा दिन आएगा वो खराब हो जाएगा। सो उसी का ये एग्जाम्पल हो सकता है, क्योंकि पिछला 5 साल में कुछ प्रॉफिट नहीं किया है। देयर इज नो ग्रोथ इन द कंपनी, दे आर डिग्रोइंग, राइट। सो लेट्स सी व्हाट इज हैपनिंग राइट नाउ इन द कंपनी, राइट। ये कॉन्फ्रेंस कॉल का मैंने एक स्क्रीनशॉट लिया है बस। दिस इज द मैनेजमेंट ऑफ द कंपनी, राइट, the owner of the company. They are giving their monologue. So what is he saying? Just read into it. We are pleased to report a solid start to FY 26. So how is management sounding? कैसे लग रहा है उनका टोन? पॉजिटिव लग रहा है कि नेगेटिव लग रहा है?
कॉन्फिडेंट।
कॉन्फिडेंट लग रहा है, राइट। लेकिन क्या हम हमें उनका बात सुनना चाहिए था जब इन्होंने ये बोला था?
सॉरी, मैं समझा नहीं।
इन्होंने तो इनका टोन से लग रहा है ये लोग
हम्म।
कॉन्फिडेंट है, राइट।
हम्म।
लेकिन क्या हम मैनेजमेंट पे ट्रस्ट कर सकते हैं? क्या इनके बाद में हम ट्रस्ट कर सकते हैं? हमने उनका
नंबर्स देखना है।
पिछला फाइनेंशियल, जी, क्योंकि नंबर बुरा है, कोई पॉइंट ही नहीं है ट्रस्ट करने का, क्योंकि आप तो सेल्स ग्रोथ ही नहीं कर रहे हैं, राइट।
हम्म।
सो नेक्स्ट आगे पढ़ते हैं। अ, ये देखिए, 2026 में हम लोग अच्छा स्टार्ट करेंगे, यहीं से हमारा काम शुरू हो जाएगा। हमको खाली ट्रैक करना है कि ये लोग अपना बात रख रहे हैं कि नहीं रख रहे हैं, राइट। और देखिए यहाँ पे सेकंड लाइन में, यहाँ पे वो लोग बात कर रहे हैं वेरंदा 2.0, वो अपने आप को अपग्रेड कर रहे हैं। तो व्हाट डज इट मीन कि ये टर्न अराउंड हो सकता है? एक खराब बिजनेस हो था, लेकिन अभी जिस हिसाब से वो लोग बात कर रहे हैं, कुछ अच्छा निकल सकता है इससे, राइट। तो उसी को हमको देखना है, बस खाली पढ़ना है, कुछ वैसा कुछ कॉम्प्लिकेटेड चीज नहीं करना, कुछ चार्ट नहीं बनाना, कुछ नहीं करना है, बस खाली पढ़ना है। नेक्स्ट, अभी रिजल्ट देखिए। अभी ये Q2 का रिजल्ट है उनका, 20% सेल्स ग्रोथ। प्रॉफिट डेढ़ डेढ़ गुना हो गया, 2.5 गुना हो गया। 150% का ग्रोथ है, मतलब 2.5 गुना हो गया प्रॉफिट। अभी ये लॉस मेकिंग थे ना, राइट। दे वर मेकिंग लॉस ऑफ -32 करोड़, एंड नाउ दे आर मेकिंग प्रॉफिट ऑफ अप्रोक्सीमेटली 100 करोड़। सो क्या हमें ये स्टॉक को देखना चाहिए? क्या हमको स्टडी करना चाहिए? कुछ चीज चेंज हो रहा है क्या? सो दैट्स व्हाट वी हैव टू लुक, राइट। जो कंपनी डीग्रोथ कर रहा था, -20%, -23%, ईपीएस नेगेटिव में था, उसका प्रॉफिट नहीं बन रहा था, लॉस कर रहा था, वो स्लोली अभी प्रॉफिटेबल हो गया है। ये अभी अभी का रिजल्ट है, शायद 20 दिन पहले आया है, राइट। आई थिंक आई हैव जस्ट वेट। हमको बस खाली टोन कैच करना है, उसके बाद अपना काम करना है। हम अखिल भाई, आप पूछ रहे थे ना कि कौन कॉल कहाँ से पढ़ें? देखिए ये स्क्रीनर का पेज है, राइट। कंपनी का बेसिक यहाँ पे दिया हुआ है। पूरा नीचे स्क्रॉल करेंगे तो यहाँ पे देखिए कॉन कॉल्स वाले के ऑप्शन है। तो यहाँ पे ट्रांसक्रिप्ट, जब वो कॉन्फ्रेंस कॉल करते हैं 2-3 दिन में उनका ट्रांसक्रिप्ट पूरा इन राइटिंग आ जाता है। या फिर हम लोग बीएससी के साइट में जाके भी डायरेक्ट देख सकते हैं, उसमें कोई इशू नहीं। Q2 खत्म हुआ अक्टूबर 28 में, ये लोग अपना, हाँ जी विश्वास जी कुछ बोलेंगे?
नहीं, बस मैं ये पूछने वाला था कि आप रेगुलरली जो भी रिजल्ट अनाउंस हो जाता है उसको आप देखते हैं या ट्रैक करते हैं?
हाँ, जो कंपनी आप इन्वेस्टेड हैं तो देखना ही पड़ेगा ना,
हाँ, वो
कि
तो
वो
सही
अच्छा
है।
कर रहा है, बुरा कर।
वो तो सही है,
हाँ,
लेकिन आपने इसको कैसे आइडेंटिफाई किया? आप ऑलरेडी इन्वेस्टेड थे क्या, या
मैं
ट्रैक कर रहे थे ऐसे
मेरा
ही?
दिन भर यही काम है, मैं खाली यही यही देखता रहता हूँ।
अच्छा। ओके।
एंड ट्विटर में भी जनरली हेल्प मिल जाता है, लेकिन हाँ, ट्विटर में भी मिल जाएगा बेसिक आइडिया फिल्टरिंग के लिए। मतलब नाम, स्टॉक का नाम खाली अगर हमको जानना है
हम्म।
तो यहीं से ले सकते हैं। कोई दिक्कत नहीं है। उसके बाद हम लोग अपना स्टडी चालू कर सकते हैं।
हम्म।
ये देखिए, पहले से उनका कोई कॉन्फ्रेंस कॉल नहीं होता था। ये मैंडेटरी नहीं है कि कंपनी कॉन्फ्रेंस कॉल करे।
हम्म।
पिछला कुछ कोई कॉन्फ्रेंस कॉल नहीं है कोई क्वार्टर में।
हम्म।
सडनली अगस्त में आया और कॉन्फ्रेंस कॉल किया।
हम्म।
सो ऐसा सब चीज जनरली इंटरेस्टिंग होता है। स्टॉक शायद चेंज हो रहा है बुरा से अच्छे तरफ।
हम्म।
तो इसी टाइम में ये लोग कॉन्फ्रेंस कॉल करते हैं जनरली, कंपनी इन्वेस्टर को अट्रैक्ट करने के लिए।
अच्छा।
जस्ट खाली एक पॉइंट मेरे को दिखाना है जहां से कि आप ये स्टॉक को खरीदना चालू कर सकते हैं। स्क्रीनशॉट उड़ गया है तो एक मिनट मेरे को ढूंढना पड़ेगा।
हाँ, उधर ही था।
नहीं, वो तो स्क्रीनशॉट दिखा दिया। और एक उससे भी इंटरेस्टिंग चीज है। जस्ट खाली एक मिनट। हाँ जी, दिख रहा है राइट। ये एनालिस्ट पूछ रहा है। एनालिस्ट इज आस्किंग, माय लास्ट क्वेश्चन वुड बी ऑन द गाइडेंस, डू यू हैव एनी गाइडेंस फॉर 2026? मतलब आप हाउ यू आर लुकिंग एट योर नेक्स्ट ईयर। दे वर मेकिंग लॉसेस राइट। So see, you can see the management tone again. I will start to say first thing, we did good numbers and we are expecting to continue. They are confident about their business now. So we can bet on them, right? Uh, it is a mistype actually. It is FY26 and they are projecting for the next year 660 crore of revenue, and they were making loss earlier, right? And now they are targeting for profit 80 to 85 crore. Right. So it is a turnaround business. A business which was not good or making losses upon losses, now it is suddenly turned for good. So we can start tracking. जनरली क्या होता है जब ऐसा बिजनेस दिखता है तो वी बेट सब्सटेंशियल अमाउंट, बट टर्न अराउंड, देयर इज ए सेइंग कि टर्न अराउंड सेल्डम टर्न्स अराउंड। मतलब अगर 10 ऐसा बिजनेस देखेंगे तो शायद एक ही बिजनेस टर्न अराउंड करेगा। So you cannot have bet big on this. You can hardly take, say, like I did. I employed 2% of my capital, I think, in the stock, and after the result, they delivered, right. They actually give a decent performance. There was 20% growth. So the company is going in right direction. That's why I have added more also. Now I think it's like 3.5 to 4% of my total portfolio. Uh, they are going in right direction. So we can add more here. We can start with a taking position of 2% and we can add eventually, because hardly if you track 10 businesses like that, hardly one business will be good. So we don't know the future, which business might do well or not. So you have to start small in these cases, right? So like I said, how to construct portfolio, right? I cannot make it a big part of my portfolio, and you can diversify your portfolio or diversify your portfolio. Suppose Shankar bhai and Akhil bhai, We talked about paint sector yesterday, right? Can we add paint sector to our portfolio? Paint stocks,
Almost we don't have that page sector.
right? Because there is no growth. So it will, even if you are diversifying, you are not doing it for good. You are actually losing your money right there. You cannot buy HDFC Bank today because they are not performing for whatever reason. We don't care about that. We are going from good to bad. So that will not diversify your portfolio. Actually, it will make it even worse. So we are here to avoid landmines, right? We cannot commit major mistake in our big capital. If we want to experiment, if we want to do some experimentation with our portfolio, like the live example is veranda, right? We cannot make it 50% of our portfolio. We have to play like even if we lose 100%, we are okay with it. It will not dent our portfolio that much because the history is not in the favor of the management, right? They were not doing good in the past. Okay. And one thing in our only thing our control is the valuation. What price we are paying for the stock. Warren Buffett, the name I think we have no right. You know the name. Price is what we pay and value is what you get. The second you understand this line, the deep meaning in the line, you can easily avoid stocks that are discussed in the social media in Reddit especially. विश्वास सर क्या दो तीन स्टॉक का नाम आपने रिसेंटली सुना है
हाँ,
पूरा हाइप
सियाना ग्रो
स्टॉक
का डिस्कशन तो चलता ही रहता है। हर एक आदमी सियाना ग्रो के और लेंस कार्ड के बारे में पूछता है। आ,
लेंस कार्ड सीएनए ग्रो
हाँ, बाकी म्यूचुअल फंड के बारे में बहुत सारे लोग पूछते हैं।
जी जी
हाँ,
नहीं इंडिविजुअल स्टॉक बोल रहा हूँ मैं
हाँ,
सीएनए ग्रो और एक तो है आरआरपी सेमीकंडक्टर
हाँ, हाँ, वो भी। हाँ,
खाली अपर सर्किट में अपर सर्किट मारता है
हाँ, हाँ,
राइट सो अगर ये लाइन इफ यू कैन टेक इट इन आवर माइंड इट विल मेक आवर थिंग्स वेरी वेरी इजी कि प्राइस इज व्हाट यू पे and value is what you get. You cannot suppose uh, the rate of tomato in the market is 500 per kg. Should you buy tomato? That is a question. Even if let's say tomato is your favorite thing, you it is a must have in your meal. Should you buy tomato when the price is 500? Right? That is the question. So there are easy thing simple thing you can do to avoid big mistake and as long as you are not doing committing big mistake in your portfolio you are all right you will make money today or tomorrow. No point thinking about that. The more stock you study the more sector you cover you will find opportunities, right? So here is the example. uh, Akhil bhai, there are two stocks Infosys and Marico, right? Which one should you buy?
Infosys.
Infosys, right? रेड रेड्डी भाई आपने कल नहीं देखा था लेकिन दो ठो स्टॉक का नाम दिया हूं मैं। एक 25% से ग्रो कर रहा है और एक 18% से ग्रो कर रहा है और मार्केट में खाली दो ही स्टॉक है और दूसरे स्टॉक ही नहीं है कुछ। तो हुई स्टॉक यू विल बी बाइंग?
25% देने वाला।
सिंपल है राइट?
हम्म,
लेकिन हियर इज द perfect example to justify this quote by Warren Buffett, right? Just look at it. From 2000 to 2018, the return from Infosys was 8%, but return from Marico was 30%. And why is that? Because of valuation. PE we talked about, right? 206 का PE में था Infosys। 2000 मतलब 2000 मतलब पीक ऑफ डॉट कॉम बबल। 2000 में मार्केट क्रैश किया था इंडिया का भी और यूएस का भी। You are giving two 106 rupees for 1 rupees of earning of the company. Like in the case of Lenskart, it's 285, right? Before the IPO. So that is what, and it is a place where you are getting favorable valuations. In case of Marico, right? You are buying it very cheap. Even if the growth is less, you are buying it cheap. So you have safety net in your hand. You cannot go much wrong in this kind of business, right? And we know Marico already. They are good business. It is not some shady business. Like say, you can say Beranda also. It is very well known name. You use it at your home regularly, right? So why it made 30%? We talked about double engine yesterday, right? The price being function of PE and EPS. EPS is this part, the profit growth. They grew their business by 18%, but the return was 30%. Why is that? Because one would have bought it cheap. They bought it at 10 price to sell, sorry, price to earning, and eventually it went to 54. So one would have made their money from 10 to 54, 5.5 times, only because the once Americo, which was cheap, eventually it became not so cheap, right? So that is what we are trying, will try to find in market, right? Cheap thing, cheap stock at reasonable growth and high growth, and mostly reason, at least we are looking for 15% growth, right? We are getting 12% from mutual fund generally CAGR, so we are at least looking for 15% growth stocks, right? और उसके साथ अगर वैल्यूएशन सस्ता चीज मिल जाए, अच्छा चीज अगर सस्ता में मिल जाए, so we can buy always, right? And the probability of you going wrong, you're losing your capital will be very less then. That's how you can play, and that's what called डिफेंसिव इन्वेस्टिंग. ऐसा नहीं कि कोई कचरा कंपनी ले लिया, जैसे कि इन्फोसिस और क्या ही कुछ भी आईटी, टॉप टियर आईटी नाम आप ले सकते हैं, विप्रो, इन्फोसिस, एचसीएल टेक, कुछ ग्रोथ ही नहीं है. जितना भी क्वालिटी मैनेजमेंट हो, जितना भी क्वालिटी कंपनी हो, 20 साल से अच्छा ग्रोथ कर रहा है, व्हाट इज द पॉइंट? नाउ दे आर नॉट ग्रोइंग, एंड वैल्यूएशंस आर नॉट favorable also, right? They are slowly becoming cheap, but they are not cheap as of now, right? So you can easily avoid 60 to 70 to, I think, 80% of the investable universe of 5,000 stock. You can easily avoid, you can easily avoid using those two simple things, right? If they are growing fast, you will avoid 40% of the universe. Most of the stock are not growing fast. And there are stocks which are growing fast, but they are not cheap. So you don't have to buy them. You need only, I say, 20 to 25 stocks in your portfolio. You are here to reject stock, right? Um, I talked about a stock, right? Veranda. And what I'm now sharing one of my mistake. There is a company called SG Mart, right? The promoter are really good. There is a company called APL Apollo. It has made huge wealth for their investor, and the same management is actually bought the business, and they started doing their things, right. And everyone was interested in the stock, and you can see the growth, right? 650% and 254% growth. So I was naturally inclined to invest, and I committed big part of my capital in the stock, approximately 10%, 7 to 8%. I invested in the stock, right, from start. And let's look at their con call, what they are saying, right? The Q2 of 2025 they are talking about. They did a revenue of 1800 crore, right? And the volume we are talking about 350,000, their volume, sales volume. and for this quarter we are talking. So monthly they are doing 120, right? And their guidance, what the guidance they are giving, next year we will be take up to 160. The 120 per month will go to 160, right? So what is the growth here? Can you calculate the percentage growth from 120 to 160? They are doing 120 currently, and they are saying they will do 160. Their volume will grow to 160. So what is the percentage growth they are targeting? Anyone, please?
33%.
Sorry, 33%, right? It is a great business if we keep an eye out. They talked about only volume growth. They will increase their price also. So eventual growth will be even higher. And the 120, the next sentence they are saying, eventually we shall move towards 250 ton in 2027. So they are saying they will do more than, they will go more than double in 2 years time. So should you buy the business or not? Looking at these things, the management is great, and this is their growth guidance. Would you buy the stock? Ready, bhai?
Yes, we can consider.
It's no brainer, right? You should buy the stock. You have to buy the stock, like I did, right? Let's see what happened next, right? They are also giving revenue guidance. 70,000 crore of revenue, 17 to 18,000 crore of revenue they are targeting in FY27. And what was their revenue? Just let me see what. They did 5,800 in 25, right? So what is the growth? Is it a growing company? Is it a great company to invest? From let's say 6,000, they are planning to go 18,000, 3x in 2 years. Is it a great investment? Should we consider buying the business? It's no brainer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what happened next. How they executed, right? We already saw what happened. 650% and 250% of growth. Then what happened? Right after I bought the stock in the next quarter, the growth came down. It's okay. 80% it is not bad, right? Then it again came down to 25%. 25% is also not bad. That's what I thought and held on to the stock. Then what they did eventually is they went flat and now they are into negative growth. Right. We cannot trust the management. We have to look at the execution also. You cannot, because they are the promoter of the company, they are the owner. They want you to buy the stock because they hold 40% of it. The more you buy, the more their net worth will grow up, right? No management will tell that we are a bad business or we are going through a very bad phase. You can sell the stock. No management will tell. There are actually management who tell that they are going through tough times or tough times are ahead, but they are rare. Most of them won't tell, right? See, this is the latest con call, right? Q2 of FY26. They already divide the guidance downwards in the meantime. They targeted EBITDA of 200, and what they actually did, they again underperformed. They said 200, forget the 18,000 crore profit, right? They divide to 200 crore. It's not gross sales actually, it's EBITDA. So they change their guidance metrics, right? They talked about sales, now they were talking about EBITDA of 200, and in H1 they only do 60, did only 64, right? And now see the tone. They are what they are saying it. Just see they themselves change their guidance to 200, right? And now they see what they are doing saying. It is the Anubhav Gupta is the promoter of the company. He is the owner of the company, right? He is in the top management of the company. See now change of tone how it happens. It is now difficult to achieve 200 crore of EBITDA in for FY26. They themselves are saying it, right? Biswas sir, can you see the difference in the tone of the management in 3 slides?
Yes, sir. Yes.
How they were sounding confident, and now
Mm,
how they are giving excuses.
yeah.
So it's no brainer, right? We are selling the stock. We don't care why it is happening, why the company is not performing. We have already 50 to 60 stocks lined up for us if we are tracking rightly, right? They again reiterated it. 200 crore EBITDA is difficult to achieve. We don't care now if the stock is 40% down or 40% down. The business is not growing. We are selling the stock. We don't care. If you think ki you bought it at 80 and 100 and now it is 80, your loss of 20%, you will again suffer a loss of 20% and 20% and 20%. Rather sell the stock and buy something good, growing business, right? So you can at least deploying your money at right place. You are not here to make money from stock. You are here to make money from market. So generally what people do, what many people do is I will I will sell the stock once my buying price 100 rupees comes. So you will
Yeah.
be in the wrong stock for years. Who knows when will recover, right? When the business will improve. They themselves don't know about the future of the business. They are the owner of the company. They were saying something and they are doing exactly another thing. So how can we know that it will recover and get to the price of 100? It might never come, right? So why you are confident and arrogant that the your 100 rupees price will come? So it's better and I think wiser to sell it and move on, right? It's not your wife. The stock is not your wife. It's your girlfriend. You can always move on, right? These are the simple mistakes we do while we construct our portfolio. We held on to our losing stock and we sell a stock when we get 30% profit. That's the exactly opposite thing you should be doing, right? You should stay with your winner and cut down your loser. It's like you are watering your weed in your garden and cutting down the roses, right? It's not what we do in life, but in stock market, we people generally do these things, right? So I shared four example actually, right? We talked about tips, we talked about Manorama, we talked about Veranda, and we talked about SG Mart, right? And what is currently looking interesting is one is Veranda is looking interesting, but you cannot buy big portion in that for the exact reason I said for SG Mart, right? Uh, it is a sector, jewelry sector. You must have heard the stock name, right? Titan, you must know, and rest you might or might not know. Just look at the sales growth: 28%, 37%, 44%. Ignore these two, 100%. Sales got double. So generally, what happens is one sector which are in favor, generally they tend to do well, right? So what you have to do, you cannot buy all the jewelry stock, right? Now the next step is to buy the best among these, right? You cannot buy all the jewelry stock. Otherwise, there is no diversification in your portfolio, right? So what you have to do is you have to find two things. You have to find valuation comfort also, and you have to the stock have to have growth also, right? So please help me eliminate stocks from this sector. Which stocks can we eliminate from this?
5 and 6.
Fi- 5 and 6, right? It's no brainer. Any other stock we can eliminate. Let's say we can go with maximum two stock in this sector. We can buy only two. So what else we can eliminate easily? Shankar bhai, Vishwas sir, please help me eliminate. I have too
Four,
many
four
options.
also. But the thing is that I've
Yes.
seen that I don't know what is going on, but I recognize this name because it's been going up like crazy. So I don't know when was the last news. Did something
That
happen?
that's what I said from the beginning, right? We are not here for the stock price. We don't care because there might be a number of reasons. Supply, demand, anything. Maybe someone is pumping the stock to eventually dumping it. We are here to analyze the business upon which the stock price relies, right? We cannot comment anything about the stock price. We cannot do that. We are not traders, right? We are here to invest. So we can only talk about business, right? Is the business doing good?
No, no. What I mean is that from these numbers, it looks like no.
Yes, it's a
But like,
no
is
brainer.
this the latest numbers or is it
Yes,
okay?
yes. I just downloaded it today,
Okay,
just 2 hours ago.
okay, yeah.
Right. It's a no brainer to reject.
Hmm.
Anything else we can reject right away because
Basically, if you
we have
just go up from the bottom, right? I mean, just pick the
huh,
5 and 6 were rejected. 5 is negative and 6 is not known, so we rejected. Then
huh,
reject 4
yes,
because it's the next lowest number. Okay, and after that, I'm getting a bit confused because I mean, Titan PE is high, but the
yes,
revenue growth, there are some numbers which are bigger for others, right? Like the 44%, 102% revenue growth.
yes, yes,
That's bigger, but
yes,
and I think maybe I would reject maybe 3 then because oh no, actually
okay,
I'm not sure. Not sure.
yes.
Yeah.
But
Uh,
we are able to reject 50%
mm,
stocks, right?
mm.
Akhil bhai, Titan, Rakesh Jhunjhunwala का favorite company.
No, we will not have
What's your
Titan.
comment?
We will not have Titan.
It's 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 simple, right? 90. Why will we pay 90? Will I wait 90 year to get one piece of earning? It's a no-brainer. I will reject. There are n number of stocks, right? And the second thing is that can you see the market cap?
Yeah. So
It's already 3.5.
so for Titan to
It's
grow,
already 3.5.
it needs something really crazy needs to happen. If you need,
Yes, yes, yes. That's exactly what I'm talking about. See, generally when we are investing, we are not here to make 20%, 30% return, right? We are here to make 3x, 5x, 10x on our investment. And how many stock you think uh, which have market capitalization greater than Titan? Can 3.5 lakh market cap become 7 lakh and eventually 14 lakhs? Can it become 4x from here? Highly unlikely, right?
mm,
So it's also a clear no go, right? So we already eliminated 50% from an interesting sector also. Now what we have to do is find two, maybe one good company which are favorable valuation and also growing decently, right? So for that we have to read, right? That is the elimination process. You have to now read about Bluestone, Thangamile, and PNG's Galgi, and you can find out for yourself, ki, is it investable or not. But we have eliminated major blunders, which should not be a part of our portfolio, right?
Okay. So, Chandan sir, if I am understanding you correctly, you do this exercise first, and then out of the ones which you can't decide, then you go through the results, like the transcripts and all
Yes,
that.
yes, yes,
Okay.
yes. Suppose there are, let's say 5,000 stock. You can easily eliminate, I don't know, maybe 4,800. You will hardly find 200 investable business. And if we take into account valuations, you will hardly left with 120 and 130. Then you can decide ki what you like, what you understand. Depends on that. Like jewelry you must know, right? It's a common thing. Your mother, your wife is wearing. There are stores in nearby area. They are growing. So it's dependent on comfort. But rejecting has become easy, right? So there are two or three points I just want to tell. Ki quarterly earning and con calls are our only source of information. We we will rely upon management to make our decision, right? We don't want to study research report, gibberish research report from some investor who want to sell their mutual funds or something, or who are justifying their anything can be. We don't know their intention, right? We have the main important documents in our hand. We can decide for ourselves, right? We don't want to rely on anything news or anything. We can just direct talk to the management in the gap of 3 months, right? So why would we rely on anything? We want to keep things simple, right? And we are trying to look for simple business like jewelry. It is very simple to understand, right? Versus say a complicated business like Reliance. It's not easy to understand. So we will clearly avoid the stock, right? And the main important thing is, like I said, we are looking for growth, right? We don't care whether it comes from large cap or small cap or market capitalization this, or I have already concentrated in small cap. I want to buy large cap now. That is not the right thing actually. Only thing is our portfolio should align towards is growth, and the stocks which are growth should be reasonable enough to be in our portfolio. If we become comfortable, we can always sell, right? There is always another stock which can replace a high value stock in our portfolio. And suppose you found a great stock, right? And you invested only 1,000 rupees, let's say 10,000 rupees, and it becomes eventually like in my case, I bought Barun Beverage for I think 10,000 at max, and it became 3.5x approximately for me, right? If I tell anyone without what I have invested, I made 3.5x, how people will react? Yeah, I made 3.5x in a stock. It's impressive, right? But in absolute term, I made only 2,500 rupees, 25,000 rupees profit. So it means nothing, right? Uh, Instead of if I had put 1 lakh rupees and made 40% on the stock, I would have made much more money, right? So once you find a good stock, you should also allocate accordingly, but not that much ki it can kill you. That you have to decide and you have to experiment. Like I did the mistake of investing very less amount in a great stock. I was reading about it, I was taking it, but I somehow could not, and I did not have the knowledge and IQ to invest more into it, right? Because what happened ki right up after I bought it, went up like 60% within 2 months, I think. I don't remember exactly. So I didn't have the courage कि the stock तो अभी चल गया है 60% और कहाँ बढ़ेगा, इसको खरीद के कुछ फायदा नहीं है. So that's what I thought. but it eventually turned out and grew much faster, much more, right? And whatever I have talked till now, I only talked about fundamental, right? And I don't do technical. Uh, that's what I'm telling. But there is one thing I want to convey is I follow technical, right? One thing I follow is 200 EMA. Do you know what 200 EMA is? Anyone familiar with the term?
Yeah, 200-day exponential moving average. So
Right. It
basically,
is the average of
hmm,
moving
calculate
days.
moving average over 200 days and give some more emphasis to the later numbers.
Yes. And the line should move upwards, right?
Hmm.
And we know the stock is in uptrend. Just let me share one of my recent mistake. Can you see my trading view screen?
Yes,
Okay. Uh, Monorama I talked about, right? The white one, the black one is 200-day moving average. Ideally, what it is told ki you should not, there is nothing good that happens below 200 EMA. You should not hold a stock below 200 EMA. So it is one of the stock that I am invested and the fundamentals is good. Everything looks good, but it is just touching the 200 EMA, right? So this much technical I follow. Ki I am not the most knowledgeable person in the market. The market, there might be reason that the management is not saying they are not sharing, and I am being delusional, and the management is trying to fool me or something. So it is also a way how you can avoid a major blunder in your portfolio. You can simply sell and buy again after it rises, right? One of the other stock I invested was Hariom Pipes, right? It gave a guidance of 35% in May month, right? The stock was, I think, in May, it was right at bottom, right? I bought exactly around here, right at bottom, and I made money also. But eventually, what happened? The price fell below 200-day EMI, and now it is crashing like anything, right? So it is one of the thing that will help you avoid major mistake. Because let's not be egoistic. Even if the management are saying they are doing it, and they are maybe doing it, the Hariom pipe result in Q1 was decent actually. They talked about 35%, and they did around 28% actually. And generally, what happens in pipes company is second half of the year is generally they grow more compared to first half, and they did exactly that. But the stock fell below 200 EMA, and it was I think 3% of my portfolio. I cut it down to 0.5%. So I avoided major mistake. I don't know whether it will rise, it will outperform the market, but even if the stock becomes half, so I don't care now, right? I have only 5% position because I am tracking the stock, and the fundamentals have not gone wrong as of now, right?
so sorry, how are you using 200 EMA? Like once you identify a good fundamental stock, you are trying to
Yes.
enter on 200 EMA, or you like that
No,
you
no,
have
no,
not
no.
talked about that yet.
I, I
Okay,
Buying part, I am not interested in EMA.
okay,
I am talking about only selling part.
okay, okay.
Buying part, I bought around the bottom, right? I did not wait for it to cross 200 EMA.
Okay. Hmm.
But at selling, I deploy it.
Okay.
I'm trying to understand actually a bit more, but the technical is I don't think I think it's really irritating
Okay.
for me
No,
actually.
but if
I have rather
when you identify a
yes.
good stock, if it's not near bottom, do you wait to buy or you just buy?
I don't care.
Okay.
I can always deploy small capital, right?
Hmm.
Maybe 1%. Let's say I have a portfolio of 10 lakh. I can always experiment with 10,000 rupees, right?
Okay.
Who knows? That's how you will learn.
Okay.
You cannot just look at a sea or a river from distance and you cannot know the whether the water is warm or cold. You just have to dip a finger, right?
Okay. Got it.
You cannot know,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
Rather than relying on advice or anything, you just commit a small portion of your capital and you can always test. And you can, as long as the business keeps improving, like in case I talked about Barun Beverage, it was improving, but I did not add to it. That was a mistake. I should have added more and more and more, and eventually should have made a bigger part of my portfolio. But I did not do it. So that's what my mistake. And you can always stop buying. You not necessarily have to sell, right? You can stop buying. Maybe it is temporary, maybe market is weak or something like that. Maybe there is Russia Iran war and the price unnecessarily panicked and went below 200 yen,
Okay.
right? So if you go into deep into technical analysis, there are people who will buy, who will make one stock portfolio, right?
Hmm.
Like first start of the session yesterday, I shared a screenshot of a portfolio. Right, he was holding Barun Beverage. Akhil, why do you remember 1.25 lakhs he was holding, and he was profiting also. He had a profit of 12-13% on that.
And there is this book, no,
Akhil,
by
why?
Philip Fisher, like Common Stock and Uncommon Profit. And I think that guy also
Yes,
was like
yes,
that. He only held
yes,
Motorola or
yes.
something, if I remember correctly.
Hmm. Exactly. Yes, but we cannot make mistake which can kill us, right? If you have the courage and conviction, you can do it. But I don't think I have that. So I would rather buy 15 stocks. So one major blunder cannot kill me, right? So that's why how I think. I think I don't. I have a lot of business in my portfolio. I think approximately more than 40. I'm invested in, but it's top heavy. Maybe my top 10 stocks would be more than 45% of my portfolio. But ideally, what I want and I am trying to do also, I want 25 stocks at max, because you cannot give chance to everyone. And exactly what I am talking, actually I am talking not to you, I am talking to myself. It's not about buying, it's about selling and rejecting always. It's always about rejecting. You don't have to even buy 1% of the stocks, right?
Hmm.
There are 5,000 stocks. Don't even have to buy 1% of the universe. So it's about rejecting, right? Until you find the right one and you stick with it. As long as it keep performing, right? So this is something I came across today only, the burger strategy. So we mostly talked about fundamentals, right? How they are doing, what they are doing, and the how to read con call, how to decipher PPT, right? And the last thing actually I added afterwards, technicals, because it made sense. If you want to make go big and you want to make big money, you have to combine the three. You cannot leave anything behind. Maybe one thing more or one thing less, but there has to be some combination, right? You cannot avoid technical completely, because if you avoid it, you won't be able to. Sometimes you won't be able to identify bad stock, right? Because there might be some reason why it is falling. So there is a great book actually. I would like to recommend one of my favorite book. I don't know if you have read it. or not or heard about it. It's One Upon the Wall Street. Do you know the name?
Yes.
It's one of my favorite book. It's everything we talked in the last 2 days. It's directly or indirectly inspired from him. Peter Lynch. He's actually I think I am reading it for the third time or something. It's every time you read it, you will find it's very simple, and it's exactly what I talk about. It's exactly what he did, except one or two things. Once upon a time, he had a portfolio of 300 or 400 stocks, right? But I don't think I can do it. So it's a recommendation from my side, right? And I have taken two quotation from the same book, right? Know what you own and know why you own it, right? It is the main thing. You cannot buy stock because someone said it, you read it upon Twitter, or you came across in some news article, or some big investor is saying it. It's about you, right? And the stock, you have to know why you own the stock, why will you grow in the future, right? Like I told you about Veranda, right? They are eyeing for profit, but why? The why part you don't know. For that you have to read. I only talked about partial thing. I talked partially, right? I did not paint you the full picture. For that, you have to open veranda and you have to read a bit to know why they are suddenly they were in losses for past 5 years and why will they go profitable slowly. You have to read for it. And conviction I cannot give you. No one can give you. You have to build it upon yourself, right? And once you read, once you understand, believe in, and intend, have every intention, you have to stick with it. You cannot buy the next big thing, the solar, the if, if क्या बोले, BESS. Now it is most talked about stock in the Twitter. So you cannot go after that. You have to stick with what we know. Oh, right. You cannot go after the next big thing. Right. Like there was a case of IDFC Bank in 2022. Like many people were saying that it will be next HDFC Bank. But guess what? The price is still same in last 3 years. That was 82 in 2022, and now it's around 90 only. It went to 40, 43. Now it has recovered. And what would happen if someone bought it just reading a news article saying that it would be next HDFC Bank? His capital is stock for next year, and now he will be selling at his cost price after 3 years. But actually, if one is reading it, one will add more IDFC fast stock because it will grow like anything, I think, for the next 18 to 24 months. All the bad things are behind, and now it is time for the stock to grow. But the one who is not reading it will end up selling at his cost price. He took part in the loss and sell at the time when it will grow, right? So you have to make your conviction and you have to stick to it. Market volatility will come, right? Russia will attack on any country, and any country will and Trump will say anything, and anyone will say anything. The market is not cheap. It's very, uh, it's not where you make money. Any one person can say anything, right? महंगा हो गया market. अभी सब stock बेच दो. But you don't have to listen to them, right? You have to build your own conviction, and that's where you can make. If you want to make multiple returns, it's possible, right? Stick to it. Simple thing.
Chandan, may I ask a question?
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
you mentioned that sometimes you are making a bet that, like, for example, the veranda learning, that it's looking good and
Yes.
it looks like it may turn around. And then you also mentioned that, okay, we cannot trust the management, right? So let us say that
Right.
you have done your this thing and you take a calculated risk that this one will go up. And what will be the
Yeah.
point where you decide that you were correct or you were wrong?
I have decided, right?
No, no.
If
Right
you
now, no.
look
Now
into it.
you have taken the decision to invest something. Okay, but some point in the
No, no, no,
future,
no.
something may happen which says that you are correct or you are wrong, right? What is the one
No,
which makes that decision for you?
yes, that's what I talk about, right? If you can go
Hmm.
again, we talked about this, right? It was April. It was April 2025 when they talked about they will make 80 to 90 crore of profit, right? I had 2% position there, actually 1% position. And what happened recently after Q2 result? They actually performing. They did 20% growth and their profit becomes 2.5x. So it is the right exactly the point where I can add more. From 1% of my portfolio, I can make it to 2%, right?
Okay.
And again, we have to wait for next quarter. We can either hold or sell or we can buy even more. That depends on the performance, right? We are not here. We cannot decide, right? The company will decide whether we will hold the stock or not, right? Uh, I think that's the major thing I wanted to talk about. I think we are done. I just want to share 2, 3 examples where you can start studying, right? Just sometimes we think things are complicated, but most of the times it is not actually, right? It is one of the stock I hold. It's Sanores Pharma, right? If we go to the conference call in the May 2025, right after March 25 result, let's say what they talk about. You can see the PE, right? I'm not calculating it. It was 43. It is 43 now. But if we can look at May, what is their valuation? You can see, right? It's around 30, right? In May. So keep an eye out on this. The PE is 30, and let's see what the management are saying. Can you see? It is the management of the company. What they are saying. Swapnil Shah, right? Is the management. What they are saying is at least 50% top line growth and at least 100% growth in pet level. Is it complicated to find such thing? Do I have to do much in this case?
No.
30 Ps and 50% growth. Is it, do I even look at, it's pharma, right? Pharma is generally complicated sector. But is it complicated to, I don't have any specialty in pharma. I hardly understand them, right? But I went through the conference call and my eyes got stuck here. They will double their profit, right? And available at 30p. So is it cheap to own? Yes, it is cheap. And I don't understand it. So it was 5% of my portfolio. And what they did, we can see also, right? See, they did 61% sales growth. And Again, their profit went up 2.5 times, 150% growth, right? Is it simple to find or is it hard? क्या मेहनत लगेगा लेकिन मुश्किल है क्या?
एक और सवाल चंदन जी। तो
हाँ,
अगर आपने बोला कि अगर हम ऐसे 10 रिपोर्ट पढ़ेंगे तो उनमें से शायद एक सही होगा। मतलब see even if the management is confident and they have faith about their plan.
नहीं 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 आ, मैं वो टर्न अराउंड के लिए बोल रहा था, जो कि लॉस कर रहा है और सडनली प्रॉफिट कर दिया।
Okay.
ये तो ऑलरेडी ग्रोइंग बिजनेस है, इसका बिजनेस खराब नहीं है, ये बिजनेस ऑलरेडी अच्छा चल रहा है, फार्मा स्टॉक है
Hmm.
ये, दे आर ऑलरेडी डूइंग गुड,
Hmm.
राइट? दे आर नॉट डूइंग बैड,
Okay.
they are already growing 150%, 500%, 86%, they are already growing,
Hmm.
right? I was talking about turnaround story, loss to profit,
Okay.
turnaround, sell down, turnaround, right?
Hmm.
तो लेकिन ग्रोथ स्टॉक के लिए वो देखना नहीं है, वो जनरली अगर कर रहे हैं परफॉर्मेंस, प्रूफ है हमारे पास, लाइक दे ऑलरेडी दे आर ग्रोइंग, बट in case of loss making company we have to be cautious before buying, right?
Hmm. Yes.
And one more company which can be tracked because they have given a very long term guidance. They already gave a video interview. I don't think it is mentioned here, where they what they talked about is, see, it is here, 108 billion of revenue by 2030, right? What is, can you convert 108 billion dollar into rupees? Can anyone do it and share with me? 108 billion. Let's take rupee as 90. Dollar to rupee as 90. अखिल भाई क्या आ रहा है? रेडी भाई, कैन यू कन्वर्ट?
More than 1,000 crores.
Sorry, it's 108 billion.
9 lakhs,
See, I have made a note out
9
of
lakhs
it.
72.
9 lakh crore,
Hmm.
right? What is their current revenue in 2025? Can you see? 114, let's take. From 114, they are saying what they will do is 9 lakh. From 1 lakh to 9 lakh, it's approximately 9x, right? So there is a website called CAGR calculator. what they did was 114 lakh, right? And what they are saying they will do 800 lakh, right? In the interval of 25 to 30 means 5 years, right? Mhm. Can you see 47% CAGR? You can see, right? So can we start a tracking position in this kind of stock and read more into it rather than finding next new idea or next new stock? Can we start here from here? You can read more into it, what they are doing, what they are planning to do, how will they will do it. We can get it from the management itself. But here we are finding a stock which is really hard to find, right? 50% growth for next 5 years. It's very tough to find this kind of business. They might do it, they might not do it, we don't know. But we got an idea to start with, right? So we can always read and build conviction, and maybe the business is difficult, we don't understand it, we can leave it. There are other companies which are growing at 40 to 50%, right? So that's the major thing actually what I wanted to share. And anything you want to ask, or otherwise we can stop. Akhil bhai.
Yeah, any such a, sorry, one question. Do you have any, like,
Ah,
suggestions how to, like, okay, I think, I mean, this idea, what you're telling is, it's very nice. How to prioritize, like, if I do not know the news schedule and things like that. And maybe regularly some company or the other will be announcing something in every quarter, right? And in
yes,
every quarter there will be probably what hundreds and thousands of reports to go through. So how to prioritize?
yes.
And
You start by picking one sector, right?
okay.
You pick one sector.
Hmm,
Like I told about, you now have a basic idea about how jewelry sector is
hmm,
working. You now, after the meeting, what you can do is you go to Kalyan. Kalyan also declared
hmm,
result
hmm,
yesterday, but it is not in the slide. They grew by 30% and their profit got
hmm,
doubled. So what? How did it happen? Why did it happen? It will take time,
hmm,
obviously, but mm, eventually your surface area of what you are researching, what you
hmm,
understand, will get bigger, and you will get more idea eventually. It won't happen overnight, right?
hmm,
But you actually know how to approach it,
hmm, hmm,
right? You won't get fooled from news or anything, right?
hmm,
You can look at things yourself. You just start with you just type any random stock name in screener,
hmm,
and in the second paragraph you will find company in the same sector. You can always just go to the corporate document, you can download it, the con call, and do control F. Growth, you can search for growth, revenue, anything. You don't need to read 30 pages at first. You first need to find कि इसमें मैं टाइम दूं क्या, वर्थ है क्या। पहले ग्रोथ देख लीजिए, उसके बाद हम डिसाइड करेंगे कि हमको पूरा डॉक्यूमेंट पढ़ना है कि नहीं पढ़ना है, राइट।
got it.
यस, रेड्डी भाई, एनीथिंग यू हैव? अखिल भाई, एनीथिंग यू हैव? एनी क्वेश्चन? और विश्वास सर, यू कैन आस्क अदर थिंग्स टू।
सवाल नहीं अभी, लेकिन मैंने बोला ना कि मैं भी एजुकेशन में हूँ। कभी कभी स्टूडेंट्स बोलते हैं कि इंफॉर्मेशन ओवरलोड तो अभी मैं भी समझ पा रहा हूँ। No, just in a lighter vein, it's a lot of information. Need time to practice
yes,
and really understand, right? And I think with practice, things will become easier, and we will get some
yes.
intuition.
It
Yeah,
it won't happen overnight, right?
yeah.
Uh, Someone has joined. Harish bhai, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Mm, were you busy?
Yeah, I was busy.
Can you share something about yourself? We are just getting done here.
Okay, okay.
I have actually recorded, so you can watch anyway.
Okay, okay. Yeah,
Can you share something about yourself?
yeah,
What do you do? Where are you from?
yeah. I'm
And if you can turn on your video, that would be nice.
right now. I just reached home, so I'm just freshening.
Okay, no issue.
Yeah. So I am from Kerala,
Okay.
and I have studied in Doha, Qatar, and right now I'm working over here. And
And
yeah,
how long since you have started investing and something like that?
approximately 4 years.
Okay.
Yeah, so apart from investing, FD and mutual fund has been going on for some time, but investing I have been doing for approximately 4 years. And the investment has been
I
taking because of recommendations, not on personal analysis, just based on recommendations.
okay. So I think video of I think combined 3.5 hours will can give you a start. And there are 10 people in the Telegram group, right? We can always share ideas. You can ask me if I'm taking it. I can give you my perspective, how to look into it. I can always share, right?
Okay, okay.
If uh, if you want to start, uh, you just join Harish bhai. So Vishwas sir,
Ah,
you can note down five
yes,
to
sir.
seven sectors. Those are easy to understand and start with.
Chandan, we can't hear you suddenly. Yeah.
Okay. मैं बोल रहा था कि आप मैं आपको 5-7 सेक्टर बता
हाँ
सकता हूँ
जी.
जिसमें कि कंपनी भी नंबर ऑफ कंपनीज भी कम है
Hmm.
और जो कि इजी टू अंडरस्टैंड भी है.
Hmm.
So you can note down, right?
Yeah.
I will post it in the group. Like in pumps, there are two stocks only in pump sector.
Shakti pump.
Shakti Pump
Auto pump.
and Oswal Pumps, right? Recently listed. वैसे टेलीकॉम में है रिलायंस जियो है और एयरटेल है और वोडाफोन आइडिया है, राइट?
Hmm.
आई विल शेयर इट, डोंट वरी. सो आई थिंक व्हाट आई एम रीडिंग एंड व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू अंडरस्टैंड इज शायद कि वोडाफोन आइडिया में बॉटम लग रहा है कि बिजनेस अभी चेंज हो सकता है. वैसा मेरा रीडिंग है, लेकिन इट इज नॉट ए इन्वेस्टेबल कंपनी, राइट? इट्स वेरी रिस्की एंड you can start reading always. And alcobev company, alcoholic beverage, we can always track, right?
Hmm.
It's easy to understand. दारू तो समझना आसान है, कितना बेच रहे हैं, क्या बेच रहे हैं, कहाँ पे बेच रहे हैं. लेकिन गवर्नमेंट रेगुलेशन रहता है, प्रीमियम. अभी सब प्रीमियम दारू बेच रहे हैं, राइट? जिसमें कि प्रॉफिट मार्जिन ज्यादा होगा, वो तो सिंपल टू अंडरस्टैंड है, उसमें कोई रॉकेट साइंस नहीं है. 7-8 स्टॉक हैं, कुछ बहुत बड़ा है जिनको हम ऑब्वियसली रिजेक्ट करेंगे, कुछ स्लोली सस्ता दारू बेच रहे थे अभी महंगा दारू बेच रहे हैं. सो वी कैन ऑलवेज ट्रैक, राइट?
Hmm.
जिससे उनका मार्जिन
Hmm.
बढ़ेगा. और सिगरेट दारू के साथ सुट्टा सुट्टा में 3 स्टॉक है, बीएसटी इंडस्ट्री, आईटीसी एंड और एक तो क्या है. वैसे जब दारू और सुट्टा होता है हम गाना भी सुनते हैं, राइट? देयर इज टू स्टॉक ओनली लिस्टेड स्टॉक
Tips.
देयर, सारेगामा एंड टिप्स म्यूजिक, राइट? सो दीज आर, यू विल ट्रैक दिस 7 to 10 companies and suddenly you will become a sector expert, right?
Hmm.
You are a analyst for alcoholic beverage and cigarettes and music suddenly.
अच्छा.
I it will not take time because there are only handful of
Hmm.
companies. And चाय सुट्टा गाना हो गया तो नेक्स्ट डे सुबह हैंगओवर के लिए कॉफी
हाँ
चाहिए,
जी.
राइट? वैसे कॉफी में भी दो ही कंपनी है. सो इट इज इजी टू अंडरस्टैंड. एंड suddenly you have 10 stocks and you are already into 5 or 7 sectors. यू कैन गो इनटू पेंट्स, पेंट्स में कोई ग्रोथ ही नहीं है, खाली रिजल्ट एक बार देखेंगे और रिजेक्ट करना है बस, आपको टाइम स्पेंड नहीं करना है इसमें, राइट।
Hmm.
एंड देयर इज अनदर सेक्टर राइटिंग इंस्ट्रूमेंट, वो जो फ्लेयर पेन बनाता है, वैसे 3 ठो स्टॉक है, यू कैन ऑलवेज लुक इनटू दैट, you can always get a start into the flare and link and something, I'm forgetting the
Hmm.
name. So these are 5 तो सेक्टर में अभी आपको बता दिया, कोई भी हार्ड टफ टू अंडरस्टैंड है क्या?
नहीं नहीं, अभी थोड़ा कॉन्फिडेंस मिल रहा है,
हम डेली
मतलब एटलीस्ट शुरुआत मिल रहा है, स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट। हम्म,
शुरुआत कर सकते हैं ना
हम्म,
सर, हम, आप अगर रिलायंस का, रिलायंस में जाएंगे, रिलायंस का 100, मैं शायद परसों देख रहा था, मेरे को याद नहीं, 180 तो सब्सिडियरी है, मतलब वो मदर कंपनी है, उसके अंडर और एक तो 80 कंपनी है। सो क्या हम उसको ट्रैक कर सकते हैं? 180 कंपनी का वैल्यूएशन निकाल के उसको फिर ऐड करना पड़ेगा रिलायंस में, तो दैट इज नॉट पॉसिबल, दैट इज एन इजी बिजनेस which you can reject,
हम्म,
right? There are growth in simple business also, and the simpler the easier to understand,
हम्म,
right? जैसे कि ज्वेलरी, ज्वेलरी में क्या ही देखना है, 2-3 चीज है ज्वेलरी सेक्टर में, आप अगर बोलेंगे मैं बता दूंगा, आपको शेयर कर दूंगा ग्रुप में, उसके बाद आप पढ़ना चालू कर दीजिए, 2-3 मैट्रिक्स ही शेयर
हम्म,
करना, ट्रैक करना होता है ज्वेलरी
हम्म,
सेक्टर। सो दीज आर इजी, you can start with pumps, there is nothing to look actually, the valuations are high and there is no, approximately no growth you can
हम्म,
say, so it is already
हम्म,
rejected, parent is rejected. You can start with cigarette, there is no cigarette, you can start right away with cigarette.
हम्म,
I don't mean to smoke, I'm not talking about smoking, I am talking about reading,
हम्म,
right? There is no growth in any cigarette stock, you just take 5 minutes and you are done with one sector right away, you don't have to spend hours, there is no growth in cigarettes, there is no growth in music, you can just look into the result and you will reject rightly, but there is a growth in alcoholic beverage and coffee, you can read into it, it will take time eventually. But what happened, suppose there are two coffee shops, how much time you think you will need to go through them,
10-15 मिनट।
understand it completely? नहीं, मैं बोल रहा हूँ जैसे कि मैं स्टॉक का नाम ले रहा हूँ, क्या कर रहे हैं मैं भी बता सकता
हम्म,
हूँ, वैसे कॉन्विक्शन डेवलप करने के लिए, पढ़ने के लिए क्या होता है कॉफी, कॉफी में कहाँ से बीन आता है, कैसे प्रोसेसिंग करते हैं, कहाँ पे बेचते
हम्म,
हैं, वो सब समझने के लिए कितना टाइम लगेगा आपको लग रहा है?
1 2 3 दिन शायद, बस। हाँ,
3 दिन लगेगा,
हाँ,
राइट। 2 स्टॉक आपको समझने के लिए 7 दिन लगेगा, लेकिन अभी Q2 चल रहा है, Q2 खत्म हो गया, अभी Q3 खत्म होगा दिसंबर में, आप जनवरी में सेम 2 कॉफी स्टॉक ट्रैक करेंगे, आपको कितना टाइम लगेगा?
इतना ज्यादा नहीं, बस
एक बार आपने पढ़
पंद्रह
लिया,
मिनट हाँ।
राइट, बस आधा घंटा में 2 स्टॉक कंप्लीट हो गया, तो नेक्स्ट क्वार्टर में आप आपका सरफेस एरिया फिर बढ़ाएंगे और 5 की 7 नया सेक्टर देखेंगे, यू हैव 3 months गैप, राइट।
हम्म,
And once you are done with one sector, you can always move up on to next, and the previous sector won't take time, right? That's how you increase the number of stocks you track, and eventually you will find good idea, right? It won't happen overnight. It will take time, right? But once you are done with a sector, you can always be an expert in the sector forever. Suppose I have tracking coffee sector and suddenly the growth evaporates and suddenly they start making लॉस कर रहे हैं, लॉस कर रहे हैं, लॉस कर रहे हैं, 5 साल बाद, 5 साल बाद सपोज करिए वेरंदा वाला केस आता है, सडनली लॉस से प्रॉफिट हो गया, तो यू विल बी फर्स्ट वन टू बाइंग द स्टॉक, राइट? बिकॉज आपको पता है क्या चल रहा है, क्या
हम्म,
नहीं, क्या मेट्रिक्स है, क्या ट्रैक करना है, क्यों ऐसे हो रहा था,
हम्म,
तो आप इजीली पकड़ सकते हैं, राइट? सो इट विल टेक टाइम, अगर आपका इच्छा है, आप टाइम निकाल सकते हैं तो आराम से हो जाएगा, कोई दिक्कत वाला बात नहीं है। एंड जैसे कि मैंने बोला, वी आर रिजेक्टिंग स्टॉक, कॉम्प्लिकेटेड चीज पकड़ना ही नहीं है, जब सिंपल चीज खत्म हो जाए, सिंपल 1500 स्टॉक खत्म हो जाए, उसके बाद देखेंगे बाकी 3500 कॉम्प्लिकेटेड स्टॉक कैसे लेना है, पहले सिंपल तो खत्म करें।
हाँ जी।
देर आर n number of stocks in simple sector, I am just saying 4 or 5, we are investing via some app, right? Just like Jirodha,
हम्म,
Ranjana, or anything. Grow is coming with IPO, right?
हम्म,
There are 5 to 10 to 15 stocks in the sector. You can always go through them. They are easy to understand. You know them. You are using them daily,
हम्म,
right? And right, like FMCG, Marico, Dabur, ITC, you can always track. There is no growth. You will reject it straight away.
Hmm.
Uh, That's how you can start. And I am here actually. You can always ask me. I will reply. No problem. But you have to do the hard work. It's not tough, but it's hard, right? Anything else, or shall we stop?
So maybe, whoever else is there in the call, I'm asking you guys also. Do you guys want to like sort of get together and whatever we analyze, at least whatever I analyze, I will share in the group if it's okay with you, Chandan. Maybe it's helpful for others also.
Yes, no problem. That's why I made the group actually, right?
Okay.
जस्ट जाने से पहले हरीश भाई, अखिल भाई, हैं क्या आप रेडी हो
यस,
जाए?
बोलिए।
सुन लिया सर आपकी, गए थे बाहर?
नहीं नहीं, मैं सुन रहा हूँ पूरा पूरा टाइम सुना मैंने।
यस जी। नाउ कैन वी स्टार्ट ट्रैकिंग? कैन वी पिक वन सेक्टर टुगेदर? एक सेक्टर आप ले सकते हैं क्या? कल से ट्रैकिंग करना शुरू करते हैं।
मैं तो एक्चुअली शक्ति पंप को
एक ही
2-3 दिन पहले वॉच लिस्ट में ऐड किया, तो मैं उसके साथ शुरू करता हूँ,
जी जी
पंप वाला सेक्टर।
जी। अखिल भाई, आप पंप ट्रैक करेंगे क्या? दो दो ही स्टॉक है, कैन यू डू इट?
कौन सा दूसरा स्टॉक? कौन सा? शक्ति पंप, ओसवाल पंप्स?
यस, शक्ति पंप एंड ओसवाल पंप।
ठीक है, ओसवाल पंप मैं ले रहा हूँ।
जी, नहीं नहीं, दोनों आप लीजिए। आप दूसरा का कन्विक्शन नहीं देखना है, आप खुद का रिसर्च खुद करेंगे।
तो मैं दूसरा सेक्टर
थोड़ी आपको कोई
ना, पंप्स का सेक्टर।
नहीं नहीं नहीं, सेम सेक्टर लीजिए, क्योंकि डिस्कशन करने में आसानी हो जाएगा फिर। लेट्स टेक वन और टू सेक्टर टुगेदर, एंड आफ्टरवर्ड्स यू कैन गो ऑन योर ओन।
ठीक है, पंप।
सो हम ट्रैक जी। तो अखिल भाई, हम पंप के दो स्टॉक लेंगे। क्या पहला चीज हमको क्या देखना होगा? व्हाट विल वी लुक एट फर्स्ट थिंग? हाउ कैन वी स्टार्ट? कैसे स्टार्ट करें, बताइए।
तो पहले सेक्टर का सारा लिस्ट स्क्रीनर में देखेंगे और मतलब मीडियन पी वगैरह वो देख लेंगे, और मीडियन सेल्स ग्रोथ ऐसा कुछ मिलेगा तो देखेंगे, और उससे
कुछ नहीं,
हाँ।
कुछ नहीं सर। पूरा पूरा एग्जैक्ट अपोजिट बोल रहे हैं आप, मैं जो बोल रहा हूँ। पहले हम ये क्वार्टर का Q2 का रिजल्ट देखेंगे, क्या ग्रोथ है उनमें।
अच्छा।
अगर ग्रोथ है तो पढ़ेंगे, नहीं तो खत्म। कुछ नहीं देखना है हमको ग्रोथ चाहिए, पहला बात है। हम म्यूचुअल फंड में 12% कमा रहे थे, हमको 15% मिनिमम चाहिए। कि मेरे लिए तो 20% है वो थ्रेशोल्ड। 20% से नीचे मैं जनरली, अगर रिजल्ट आया तुरंत नहीं देखता। बाद में देख सकता हूँ कि क्या चल रहा है इंडस्ट्री में, मैनेजमेंट क्या बोल रहा है, फ्यूचर के बारे में क्या बोल रहा है। लेकिन रिजल्ट सेक्टर में बहुत सारे रिजल्ट आते हैं, राइट? यू कैन नॉट गो थ्रू ईच एंड एवरीथिंग, यू हैव टू रिजेक्ट मोस्ट ऑफ देम। सो स्टार्ट करने के लिए हम देखते हैं दोनों का ग्रोथ क्या है, राइट? आप देखिए कि ये क्वार्टर में कैसे ग्रोथ दिए हैं, कितना ग्रोथ है। एंड मतलब पढ़ने के लायक हैं क्या दोनों? नहीं तो हम फिर नेक्स्ट सेक्टर में जाएंगे, सिगरेट में जाएंगे, म्यूजिक में जाएंगे। कहीं भी तो ग्रोथ देखेंगे, उसके बाद पढ़ना स्टार्ट करेंगे। जबरदस्ती का क्यों टाइम वेस्ट करना है गलत स्टॉक में?
हम्म।
वो शायद 5x हो गया हो, 10x हो गया, हमको कुछ नहीं, हमको ग्रोथ चाहिए फिलहाल के लिए। उसके बाद वैल्यूएशन बाद में आएगा, पहले ग्रोथ देखते हैं, राइट?
अच्छा, ठीक है।
ये वी स्टार्ट फ्रॉम फॉर्म्स एंड ग्रोथ। अखिल भाई ग्रोथ देखिए, विश्वास जी ग्रोथ
हाँ
देखिए,
जी,
देखते हैं फिर आगे क्या करना है,
ठीक
राइट?
है।
तो बंद करें।
थैंक यू वेरी मच। वैसे
नो
आप
प्रॉब्लम सर।
कौन सी शहर में रहते हैं?
मैं संबलपुर,
अच्छा,
उड़ीसा।